welcome to our coverage of the Clem Jones National Snooker Championships. For the next 3 weeks, we'll be seeing Australia's best snooker players in action. 58 players, the best from around the country, started off in this tournament, and we're now down to 4, the semi-finals. And today we have the first semi-final, and it features Stan Gorski against Paul Belzer. An interesting clash, two very good players. Stan Gorski, the top seed. With me is Ron Atkins, former Australian national winner, of course, and also, was it 14 championships you won in a row in Tasmania, Ron?
That's correct, yes.
Ron, looking at this first semi-final between Gorski and Belzer, you've watched them go through the early rounds. Who's impressed you?
Balls has been very impressive. I don't think he's been threatened in any of his matches, whereas Stan struggled a little. In his last match, he played Steve Mifsud, lost the first 2 frames, struggled in the next, 40 behind, but he came back like a true champion, and I think Stan will be hard to beat.
And Stan Gorski has been in terrific form, because we saw him win on the ABC not so long ago over in Perth.
Magnificent performance.
And can he repeat that?
I think he can. He's won 2 national titles, and it's very hard to win your first, and that's what Paul's appeared in the semi-final this time for the first time. So it's a big thing to come up first up.
The referee is David Ferry. Paul Belzer narrowly won the first frame. Stan Gorski won the second, 69-26. Now to the third frame. 1 frame each, and into the third frame now. Stan Gorski, top seed in the tournament, and after really struggling in the first frame, taking control in the second, and a good start to the third for him.
Well, Stan Gorski, 1.
Stan's elected a roll up behind the green first shot, and he's really put Paul under the hammer here.
Nice answer from Paul Belzer.
Well, he played it to perfection, because not only did he have to hit the red, but he had to leave it safe, and that's exactly what he did.
This is the way this whole match has gone so far, in that neither player is giving the other an inch. It's been a battle all the way.
Here's another opening for Stan. Paul won't be happy with that stroke.
One.
How's his position on that blue? Is it clear?
Yes, it's perfect. Little stun for the blue, and then take the red in the same pocket.
Six. 7.
Stan has 2 options here. He can either go through for the black, or
12.
Go through a short distance and take the pink back in the centre. Or screw back for the pink. So there's a number of options.
It's the black he's looking for.
13.
You will see a safety shot here now.
Stan Gorski, 20.
It's not bad, a 20 break and then
with that safety shot. Paul Balzer has pressure on him well and truly now.
Stan now leads 21-0.
Can he view that single red out of the pack? He can. Wow.
Foul. The miss.
So, a clean miss
Paul
from
Balzer.
Stan Gorski. Doesn't believe it.
Paul, of course, has the opportunity to either play the position from where it is, play the balls from where it is, or else have the balls replaced.
Not too pleased, but he's ended up fairly safe. Stan Gorski was looking to putt that, and he's not overly impressed himself, but the thing is, it's there.
Opportunity here for Paul. It's this red in the centre, he'll be on the black, and start him on the way to a break.
Good shot.
1. Eight.
Paul has a couple of options here. He can play for the red and then onto the blue and pick up the loose red down the bottom, or create an angle where he could come back into the pack, but he's selected to play for the loose red.
Looking at that pack before going the blue, and then
Oh dear.
well, it's actually tempting there, because he certainly got himself into trouble. It's great to see the beautifully weighted shots like that, where they're able to just have the right pace.
Yes, it was a lovely touch.
And Stan Gorski answers with one.
Stan now leads by 3 points, 21-18.
Cat and mouse. Been a terrific battle between this pair, this first semi-final. Nobody wants to dislodge the pack. Is there anything there?
Yeah, Stan's tried to make sure that Paul couldn't pot that red just down past the green, but maybe has left it on.
Certainly Paul Balzer is going to give it a go, and he does it well.
1.
Now, what's he done? Disturbs the reds, but has he given himself a shot?
8.
I don't think so. I think he'd be chipping off that red on the left-hand side and leaving the cue ball again tucked in the bottom cushion.
And he gets one out.
Paul Balzer. 8.
no chance for Paul Balzer. Five points in this third frame. It's one frame each. Paul Balzer leading by 5, 26-21.
One. Paul Balzer, 1.
There's an opportunity for Paul, went begging.
Of course, it gives a great chance now for Stan Gorski.
I think you'll find Stan will punish him now for that shot.
Quickly, Gorski goes to the lead and he's got ample opportunity to build and build it.
Nine.
Stan will run round the angle after potting the black, get on the pick of the two reds back in this right-hand corner pocket.
16.
Stan's asked the referee to clean the cue ball. There's some chalk on there, and he didn't like the reaction of the ball at the last stroke.
David Ferry, a referee, originally from Northern England, from Manchester. It's Stan Gorski.
17.
He does everything right. He'll be able to claim this third frame.
$24.
He's left Stan with the red in the centre now. He didn't really want to play for that.
$25.
Perfect position by Stan.
Yes, and after a battle in
32.
the first frame, winning the second frame, and now really starting to look good. It's breaking 32 so far.
33.
Stan Gorski, #1 seed, well and truly on his way in this third frame to take a lead in the match.
$40.
And he needs this red, I think, to clinch the frame.
Not too much
21.
doubt about that. Pink will go. In good position for that final red.
$47. $48.
He really has his touch now. All the nerves are gone.
$50.
First 50 break of the semi-finals.
52.
This clearance should be
55.
very clinical for Stan now. He's done this thousands of times.
$59.
Well, didn't have a clear shot on that, but
64.
just dismissing the blue and in total control.
$70.
He left the black up. So a 70 break to Stan Gorski, claiming the third frame. And really impressive performance. And after losing the first frame, appearing to be struggling, came back better in the second frame, and that was masterful. 91-27, winning the third frame to go to a 2-1 lead in the first semi-final. Stan Gorski over Paul Balzer. Now to the fourth. Gorski leading 8-6.
Perhaps Australia's greatest snooker player, Eddie Charlton. Ron, we're not seeing in action here.
No, Eddie could have entered this tournament. He did so last year, and he got to the second round and was eliminated by another fellow professional in Australia, Greg Jenkins. And Jenkins actually beat him 5-0. But, yeah, we're disappointed that Eddie didn't play. He's been a fantastic competitor, but I think I'd have to rate Walter Lindrum as our greatest snooker player, as well as our greatest billiard player.
I can't argue with you there. Nobody can.
Yeah. Twice as good as the next best.
Yeah. But I think so many of us, certainly at my age, saw Eddie Charlton so often on the Pot Black program on ABC television, and were thoroughly entertained by that competition.
Yes, he's been a marvellous competitor for many years.
5.
Great determination.
6.
And Stan Gorski, of course, right up there with the best in Australia at the moment. Playing very well.
13. 14.
Stan just nudges that red out to make the both on.
It's just hard to imagine how this Stan Gorski is the same Stan Gorski that played that first frame, where it just took him a long time to get the concentration going and the confidence going, in the same way as it did for Paul Balzer, of course. It was still a tremendous battle, but now we're seeing the confidence and control from Gorski.
Yes, well, Stan's starting to hit form, of course, making a 70 break in the last frame. Like to get on the brown off this ball, I'm sure.
Stan Gorski, 20. Stan Gorski, 28.
One of the great aspects of snooker, isn't it, where you've got to be thinking ahead, but you can't allow your thoughts to go off the shot you're playing at the time, too.
1.
So much for one game at a time, that
Yes.
lovely saying that footballers like to refer to, but it's not so much one ball at a time. It's you've just got to really think ahead.
Well, now it's Paul Balzer's chance. Paul, of course, is from Chatswood in New South Wales.
7.
He's a product of our junior development ranks, run by the Australian Billiards and Snooker Council. Paul, of course, is 32. He's been New South Wales under-23 champion on 2 occasions. Won the Albury tournament a couple of times. Newcastle champion 3 times. Quite a proficient, accomplished player. This is the first time he's reached this level at semi-final of the Australian titles, and
14.
I'm sure he'll be desperate to get back into this match with Stan Gorski.
Well, it certainly has a chance here. to see that he went back to Newcastle 3 times to claim the championship there, my home territory.
Yes, on the way through, Paul defeated
21.
Helm and from Queensland in round 1, Thompson from Western Australia in round 2, and then he defeated former Australian amateur and professional champion in Warren King in round 3, and finally disposed of Stuart Lawler
22.
from New South Wales in the quarterfinal.
Bit of thought required here. I played it well. And this is important as well for Paul Balzer. The 4th frame
28.
and Gorski leading 2-1. He can level and continue the battle that it has been.
Yes, he doesn't want Stan to get that 2-break frame lead. But in this frame, Paul has finally taken the lead.
He's missed one, that one.
Paul Balzer, 28.
28 breaks, so that he now goes to a 34-28 lead, leading by 6. Stan Gorski will play for safety here. A good battle. An entertaining first semi-final, the second semi-final next week between Andrew Hicks and Craig Duffy. As far as the seedings were concerned, Stan Gorski, number 1 seed, Paul Balzer, the number 12 seed, and in the second semi next week, Andrew Hicks, the number 6 seed, Craig Duffy, the 15th seed. Second seed Joel Younger came out from England, where he's been playing on in the circuit over there, looking to see if he could become the Australian who made the 3rd Australian to make that team going to the World Cup. But he was eliminated before the semi-finals, so it's down to 1 of 4. Gorski, Balzer, Hicks or Duffy will claim that 3rd spot in the Australian team for the World Cup.
Joel Younger, of course, he's only 18 and he was very despondent when he was defeated in this match. He actually had the option of playing in the World Under-21 Snooker Championship and elected to come back here to Australia to try to win the national title, and he'd be very disappointed, but he's got a great future in the game, and I think we'll hear a lot more of him. I'm sure we will.
Paul Balzer, meanwhile, has disturbed those reds. But has he left something for Gorski? Certainly no easily potable shot, but this one is on down the bottom left-hand corner, and yeah, Paul Balzer a bit frustrated with himself for allowing that chance.
Very clean pot by Stan. See the confidence flowing in Stan's game that was lacking in the early frame.
Nine.
Stan's a prolific break maker. He's made the possible 1-4-7 on either 5 or 6 occasions.
And here's showing his skill, and that shot we saw a moment ago,
11.
Paul Balzer sitting with the eyes going down as if to say, what have I done? Now we're seeing what he's done. He's given Stan Gorski the chance, and he's grabbed it.
12.
I saw Stan play at the Commercial Club at Albury about 6 years ago in the Fred Osborne Classic at that wonderful club there at Albury. And Stan made successive breaks of 133 and 135. And,
wow.
I don't think there are too many non-professionals or even professionals that have done that.
Yes, he's really showing his class here.
14.
And on both occasions, they were total clearances too.
Stongorski,
And look at this position.
14.
So Stan Gorski now taking the lead back, 42 to 34, and leading 2 frames to 1. And he's left it now the chance for Gorski. Red in the centre pocket.
Yes, the snooker playing fraternity around this country are very fortunate to have such wonderful amenities at such great clubs that we have around the country. I mentioned the commercial club at Albury, but this club where we're playing here today, there's not too many that would be nicer than this. The Kedron Wavell Services Club.
4.
I understand they won all the awards for leading club in Queensland.
5.
It's an impressive place. Impressive table and most importantly an impressive player, Stan Gorski.
Eight.
Stan now has a lead of 16 with that break of 8, so he could soon clinch this frame.
9.
And you can see how much he's building in confidence as well and taking control. Naturally the favourite for the tournament. Paul Balzer can do nothing but look on.
Stan needs yellow and green to clinch the frame.
13.
That's the frustrating thing about snooker. When you get into this position, all you can do is sit and watch.
15.
Oops. Thought there was a kick there. He'll ask the cue ball to be cleaned. Even the sound was different. Chalk dust builds up on the ball and you get a dramatic impact when the two balls contact. Stan has a screw-on extension piece, so he doesn't need to use the half butt supplied.
18.
Just checking on the break so far. Stands at 18.
Yes, Paul now needs a snooker to tie at this stage.
22.
Barring something dramatic, one would have to say that Stan has this frame well and truly won.
Stongorski, 22.
Yes, Paul's going to remain in his chair.
Yes, it's not a case of handing in the towel, just the wave of the hand. And Paul Balzer concedes. And so now Stan Gorski goes to a very handy lead, leading by 3 frames to 1. He requires just 1 frame to take this first semi-final over Paul Balzer.
There's Clem Jones sitting in the audience, our sponsor.
And Clem Jones, former Lord Mayor of Brisbane, and such an outstanding character.
In the 5th, Gorski's at the table trailing 7 to 16.
If Stan pots this, he could very well run away with the frame here, the way the reds are positioned. The cue ball will come back nicely on the black.
1.
Well played.
Yes, it's actually, it's gone a little awkward with that red there. He's going to have to knuckle up in the air. It's not so much getting the shot, but you want to play a run through it to get the cue ball out into the centre of the table, and that increases the difficulty.
Fingers high for the arch. And well played, Stan Gorski.
Played it perfectly. Left the red in the centre. He'll just stun the red into the centre and leave perfect position on the black.
Nine.
And all of a sudden it starts to look like a smorgasbord for Gorski.
Yes, but he's left the ball short. He won't be happy with that.
16.
Opportunity for a winning break there. And, he's got a red in the centre.
Yes.
Stan's now 7 points in front.
He realises that he didn't really give himself the chance that he might have.
Playing a slower into the centre, hoping the nap will pull it around.
Oh,
It's
beautiful.
Beautiful play.
17.
That's the sort of shot that might well just send him on his way into the final.
Again, hasn't had a very good rub of the green.
24.
Disturb those reds, and he's not on any one of those three on the left side of the table.
Yeah, so he stands there saying, well, where do I go?
Well, he might try. He's going to chip off the one near the centre for safety and just bring it out in the centre of the table, I think. No, I don't know that I like that shot, Stan.
Snooker, 24.
That's okay.
Well, just rolling on well enough. Could have been dangerous, of course, had it have been left open near the pocket, but all Balzer doesn't have a lot to play with. And so necessary now for him to get back into it.
Stan now leads 31-16.
One. Snooker, 1. Snooker, 32. Ball 16.
Paul's in terrible trouble.
And got out of it well.
Incredible.
Stan Gorski, knowing that Paul Balzer is under considerable pressure, trying to apply as much more pressure as he possibly can. So that was good work by Balzer. And now here's that chance on the black. And plenty of reds around. This might be the chance that Balzer has needed.
8.
But he can't afford a slipper.
I think Paul knows this is his last chance too, and he'll make the most of it.
He really does have an opportunity now to take the frame.
14.
Stan's only 2 points in front now.
$15.
It's a best-of-7 semi-final. Gorski is leading 3-1. If Gorski can win this frame, he goes straight into the final. Balzer, with this break, might make him go to at least one more.
22.
Paul now leads by 6 points.
Three.
Paul might screw right down to get in the red, in behind the black.
Well, he has.
26.
Well foreseen there by Ron. These shots are always difficult, of course.
Paul Balzer.
That's the
26.
mistake that Stan Gorski's been waiting for.
Paul leads by 10. Stan, a picture of concentration. This is where you need some luck.
How would Paul Balzer be feeling? Just really wanting to get into the game.
A little sick here, I think.
Oh, beautiful play.
Yes, it wasn't the hitting of the ball. He had little control over where it went. That was the problem.
And of course, where it went was in the pocket, finally, from Stan Gorski. And now he has the chance to claim the semi-final.
Stan needs to pot this ball to take the lead. Stan now leads by 1 with that black.
8.
44-43. And of course, the yellow is not potable from there.
Gorski. 8.
Has he
It's
given
a
him a
very
look? No,
nice
it's a lovely shot. We're sitting up there reasonably close to the pocket. Would be a chance, but he's snookered him nicely, so he can't get at him.
I think he's just left the edge out.
Yeah, but certainly not to
Chance of the
put in the pocket.
No, he's going off the cushion.
Oh. You snooker me, I'll snooker you.
Three wonderfully executed shots in succession by both players.
And showing the pressure that's on in this frame. Paul Balzer, what a terrific effort. He looked like